Hi everyone, it's Kathy Rose Creations, and this is my first project for the hashtag Love Summer Art event. Um, I meant to do a couple earlier because it started on the 17th, but life got in the way and I got busy. This is my first one, and I'm going to have some close-up videos and some stills at the end of this short video. But I mentioned to Shannon Green, whose uh, YouTube channel is below, about doing houses. I really like to do houses. I don't know why. It's just kind of one of my things. And I said, I've always wanted to do a book that's just all houses. And she said, go for it. And I'm like, why not? So I just used a loose leaf notebook because I find that it's easier to work by taking the pages out. And it's one of these ones that you can slide um, a page into it. And I drew this house and kind of made it like a stained glass. And I was real happy. And I colored it with markers, Sharpies. And I'm real happy the way it turned out. Um, like I said, I found it easier to take a page out and work on it. And so this is one of the first pages that I did. And it's kind of a Victorian house. And I'll show you some of the details. If you look at the close-ups, you'll be able to see them better. But these flowers were cut out of some scrapbook paper. This house, I drew it, and then I glued little pieces of extra paper, and I doodled on it to kind of make it more like a collage. The background is scrapbook paper that I cut so that I could slip the house in behind the little pond with the swans. And these flowers are all glued on here separately. And then I put a little glossy accents on them. First time I'd used glossy accents, I'd always wanted it, and I happened to grab a bottle with my coupon at Joann's. And if anyone hasn't used it, it's really fun to use. It's kind of pricey, so I don't use it as an adhesive, but I use it as a shiny dimensional thingy. I put it on the flowers and I put it on the swans, and I really like the way it kind of gives them a little glisten. Okay, that's one of the houses. Then these two houses were leftovers from a large collage I did. That if you watch my channel, you may have seen I did an art tour of various art projects I have in my house, and I have a town that I did with individual houses, and these two houses were left over. I didn't have any place for them. Again, they are collaged from all kinds of paper, and there's cork, and there's a little wooden bird, and some punch pieces. These are some of my leaves that I cut out, and I kind of made like bushes. And then I like the way this turned out. This was just a scrap piece of paper that I kind of cut into a curve, and then I put all these little pieces of punches. It was just like leftover scrap stuff. And then I stamped it with a stamp that I had that I'd gotten from, I think I got this from Nikki Parr, I can't remember. And when I stamped it with some distress ink, it kind of looks like, like it's ceramic or something because it's got these markings on it. But I was real pleased with the way that turned out. And there's a door here that's got kind of a shiny window. Anyway, I really like the way that turned out. Oh, and the chimney, I also stamped that with one of the stamps that I got from Nikki. She's Carson DeCat's Life, and her link is below also. Here's one that I used my paper weaving technique to make a background page. And believe me, it was a lot easier doing this with just the page loose because, you know, I could lay it down and everything. And I made a kind of little fantasy house out of scrapbook paper. And I used little bits of tissue. I think that's tissue. Yeah, it's mulberry paper, not tissue, with some glitter on it to make clouds. And I used a little piece of cheesecloth that I colored with distress ink for chimney. Not too happy with that, but oh well, it is what it is. I made some bushes just using scrapbook paper, and I had stamped some flowers and vines on it. And again, I have some flowers in the yard, and I used bits of the drywall tape that has the mesh to cover the window of the house and then the window on the door. And behind that is just some scrapbook paper. And it's got a little bling for a doorknob. And when you open it up, there's a person standing there. And I really like, I'm not sure I'm in frame. Okay, there I am. Okay, there's a person standing there, and I colored, it's one of those little wooden figures, and I colored it with a marker and then put a little glitter on her. But I thought that kind of turned out cute. But that's that house. And then here's my summer one. It's a little grass cottage, or what do you call them? Grass huts. Little grass hut. Now this is made out of all kinds of funky materials, and if you'll check out the close-ups, you'll see it. The whole background is pattern paper, the tissue from pattern paper, and I kind of colored it with kind of like a goldish yellow. When I laid it down, I just, glued it down. And then I used a piece of burlap for the actual hut. And then I took some of the burlap and I pulled the little strands out and I made the roof. And at the very top here, there's a piece of straw that I kind of twirled around, and then I put some distress ink and some gold on it. I don't know where I got that straw. It might have been some filling inside of a package, kind of like, to keep things from breaking. And then I just took a piece of tissue and actually it was another piece of pattern tissue, and just wadded it up and painted it gold. So I have like a little sun thing. And this is a wrapped piece of wood that came off of an old purse. It's been rattling around in my junk collage box. And then I have bits of rope and different kinds of rope that I glued down, and then I kind of colored them and I put some gold on them, or I, kind of put some distress ink. And for the trees, I have leaves that I cut out with the scissors that have, what you call them? The scissors that make designs. Got a brain fart. On the little hut, I used scrapbook paper that had postage stamps on it. And I made a door and a window out of that. And then I just kind of took some scrap pieces and I stamped it and made a little walkway. So I thought that turned out pretty good. I never knew what I would use this hunk of wood for, but I finally discovered I could make a hot touch with palm trees. Very island summer, whatever. Anyway, that was my first project for the hashtag Love Summer Art. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like what you see, please subscribe. And if you like this particular video, give me a thumbs up. Everybody, be nice to each other, and peace.